Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have Michéle Vice-Maslim. This is a great music producer and songwriter from Sweeter Songs. An applause for her. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, wow, I hear actual people.
Yeah, there are thousands of people here. Yeah, thousands. So you are Emmy Award winner. You write for many artists, for television, ads, promos, games, and so much more. Everywhere is your music, 24 hours, 36, 5 days a year. So congratulations. Welcome to this new reality that is my new channel in YouTube. How are you?
Congratulations on your new channel. That's so exciting. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure and an honor to talk with you. And there was something very curious that I interviewed my friend Keith Thomas, and you tell me that he's your friend too.
Yeah, he's my very good friend. I've written some amazing music with him. We had a hit with one of his artists. And I've known him for decades. Yes, and the funniest thing was I had just spoken with him that day. Yeah. When I was speaking with you. So that was the strangest coincidence.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't know you were also my friends in my Facebook. So I really didn't know that. So it was, you know, these happy accidents in life, these curiosities and synchronicities of the universe.
Exactly. Well put. Yes.
Yeah. So I have to ask you this. This is a very important question for me and for the people. What is your best song? The best song you have written?
Oh, I can't answer that. I've written thousands of songs and they're all my babies. I love them all. I mean, some have had more commercial success and made more money than others, but I love all my songs. And some of them no one has ever heard, but I love them.
Yeah. So you think it's important, the recognition of the song, or you have songs that you love, beside that they are not very well known?
Yes, exactly. I don't think that's what's important. I mean, there are many songs that are recognizable, but I have so many songs I love so much that no one has heard, maybe except for my co-writer or the singer who performed it, you know, but they did. Yeah, so they weren't, but there's still a long time to go and maybe they will become popular to the public. We never know, right?
Yeah. So is it true that you co-wrote with legendary Bob Dylan?
Yes, that is true. That is true.
What song is that I don't know which song is that one.
It's not finished yet. The title is, wait, I'll have to tell you because it is escaping me right now. The song is written and finished, but the production is not finished yet. It is called, I can't find it. Oh, I think it's called Life. Yes, it's called Life.
Life.
Yes, I have so many songs, I forget what they're all called, but the song is called Life. And it's a very cool song and the production is almost finished. So we shall see what happens with it.
Yeah. And can you tell us a little bit about how were your beginnings in songwriting, in this music business? Because I know that many of these successful people, sometimes it's hard to, you know, to live with this, especially at the beginning, of course, when you have tons of songs and nobody wants to record. So it's very hard for a lot of people that I know. But you, as a successful songwriter, how easy was for you this?
It was not easy at all. I played in bands. I was the artist and singer. And I was working, well, in high school, I had a band and I wrote music and sang. And I moved as an adult to California in 1981. And I was in a band in Tucson, Arizona, when I moved to LA and started over again in LA. And between the point where I graduated high school and I had my first hit song was 11 years.
Wow.
So yeah, so it didn't happen quickly. And I worked very, very, very hard and created a lot of music before
Wow.
finally something hit. Yes.
How often do you write these days? I know that is something that has to be with inspiration and how connected you are with this. I don't know, it's something weird because we can't explain about that, but do you like to write every day or once a month, or how do you work?
I actually don't write much from inspiration, except that everything is inspiring. Life is inspiring. And so that is what inspires me when I do write. But I mostly write on assignment. I mostly write because I have a writing appointment next week with Keith Thomas, who has an artist that he wants me to write with. I have appointments. So it's not like I'm sitting during the day and just get inspired and pull the guitar out. That rarely happens. I mean, that happened, you know, when I started out, maybe 45 years ago, that happened, but that doesn't happen now. I mostly get hired to work on projects, and that is inspiring in itself and exciting. And then when I speak with you and I speak with people, I ingest lots of inspiration to use later for the songs that I create. And I don't write every day. Every day I think of ideas. So every day I might hear something on the radio or someone speaking on the television or read something in a magazine. I might type out the idea that I have because it inspired me for a later idea. So that happens every day, but I only write every so often.
Yeah.
It's depending on the project. Right.
But you have a lot of songs. It's incredible.
Yes.
Because I was reading that you have, for example, ballads, pop, dance, country, blues, electronic, rhythm and blues, funk, soul, reggae. Oh my God, you are very talented. How many songs have you written?
A couple of thousand.
Wow.
Yeah, and bunches that were never finished. You know, tons of others that maybe are started ideas but not finished yet. So yes, that many.
I remember first time when I met you and I sent you a message and you sent me very kind Sweeter Songs catalog, and I was listening to many of those songs. Oh my God, it's fantastic. You know, I write songs also, but you know, my songs are not famous, but I mean, when I listen to that, I must say, this songwriter is a genius.
No. Well, first of all, thank you so much for taking out your time to listen to my music.
Oh, yeah.
That is a big honor to me, and I'm grateful for you to have a listen.
It was ours.
I believe me, that means so much to me, right? I mean, you're a writer, so you know it means something when people listen to your music. And as for your music not being well known, that's not a mark of a great song, right? That's not the value. The value of creating is creating it, right? The passion that you have for the music. So making money or commercial success, that's great, but that doesn't mean it's a better song or a more valid reason to write. You know what I mean? It just happens to be my job, but I think everybody's reason for creating is just as valid.
And you know what? I feel very happy for people like you, that you are Emmy Award winner and many other more awards. I don't feel at this moment of my life that, oh, why I don't have this or that, because in this case I think you, how do you say in English, you deserve it, because you are very good in what you do, and you are in the time, in the moment, with the people, with the in the correct place, and you're doing the right things. And maybe I'm not doing exactly the same things, at the right moment with the right people. But my congratulations for you, for your success. And it's an honor to talk with you now. There is another question that I would like to ask. What is your favorite singer, band, or songwriter?
Oh, again, you're asking a question I can't answer. I have hundreds of singers and songwriters and producers I love and admire. So many. There are just too many. I love all genres and different singers in different genres, and just so many. I can never answer that question because I don't have that. But I will say the artist that I most want to have a song recorded by that I never have is Cher.
Cher.
Yes, I
Oh,
love
wow.
Cher. Cher was my idol when I was a little girl, and I watched her television show every week, glued to it, and am so inspired by her. I think she is an amazing human and humanitarian, in addition to being a great actress and singer. And yes, if I had one person only that I could pick to record one more song of mine, it would be Cher.
Yeah.
So Cher, if you're listening, please record my songs.
Yeah. Let me tell Cher,
her.
I will call her tomorrow to record one of your songs. So that will be great.
Yes, I love Cher.
I have to do that. That is one of my missions.
Thank you.
Yeah. So also I read that you have a hit song for Nick Carter, this guy from Backstreet Boys. Wow.
Yes, I wrote his #1 song. It was #1 all over the world from his solo album called Now or Never. So it was really the only hit he had outside of the Backstreet Boys. And I'm really proud of it because it was a spiritual song.
Wow.
And I was surprised that it was recorded and surprised that it was released as the single, because it is such an introspective, a spiritual song.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Okay. And what God means for you?
Well, to me, God is everywhere. God is watching over us all and helping us day to day go through the process of life. And sometimes things aren't good, but then we're learning something. God is here to help us through the journey, to learn, to create, to be good people.
Yeah, I love it. I agree. And there is something that a lot of people can understand, and sometimes they don't think or don't believe about God, because they say that there are a lot of tragedies in this world, poor people, illness, and many of these black side, you know what I mean, the shades of the earth. So what can you tell about all these people, unfortunate people that live in tragedies? What is your message for them?
Hope.
Yeah.
Hope. It's very sad that some people have and some people have not. It seems like it must be some part of some spiritual journey that happens. I have no answers. I'm a writer with no words on that.
Yeah, I think there is very hard to understand these things. I believe in God. I know that exists for sure. There are a lot of beautiful things in this world, but I think that we as a humans, we create that. Well, there are no easy answers for this response, because it's something that we can understand at this level. I think we are living in a dimension that we don't understand very well what's going on. But what is happiness for you, and how can you achieve it?
I am a very happy person. I was not always a happy person. And when I grew up in a family that believed in achievements that were financial and work related. And no one told me I was supposed to be happy. And I don't think I knew I was supposed to be happy until I was 35, maybe. I did not know I was supposed to be happy. And I wasn't very happy. And all of a sudden, one day, I decided I was going to be happy, because happiness is a choice.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And ever since then, people sometimes tell me I'm the most calm, peaceful, happy person they've ever seen. Somebody told me that 2 days ago in a hot tub at a hotel. They walked in the hot tub and said, "You are so peaceful." And to me, that is the biggest compliment, that I've become happy, and people feel that, and it helps them. It helps them find their happiness too.
Yeah, I love it.
That
I
makes
love
sense.
it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
things make me unhappy. There are things all day that make me unhappy, but overall, I can't conquer them because I am a happy person.
Yeah, and I think the first thing for human beings in this world is to be happy, because we came for we are sons of the nature, and the nature is happiness, it's creation, it's love, it's pure, it's divine, it's light. So I want to be happy the rest of my life, Michéle.
Yes, and I pray that you are. I want you to be. Yes. I want people to find their happiness, because life is difficult. But if you can be happy inside, the journey is so much better.
Yeah, and when you have joy within you, when you have good sense of humor, all that helps to change your perspective of life. You have another vision, and it's great. You work better, and this is my experience also.
Yeah. I don't have a great sense of humor, I'd say. I'm working on that. I'm not a funny person. I'm kind of a serious person, but I'm working on that.
Yeah, no problem. Maybe part of your nurture is you are unique, you are great the way you are. So I accept the way you are, and you accept yourself the way you are. So if you want to change something, you can do it for sure.
Right, and so can everybody. I believe that. I believe we all have the power to do that. Yes.
Yeah. Also, I read that you collaborate with Albert Hammond and Gerry Goffin. These are two of my heroes. Can you believe it?
Yes, of course, they're my heroes too. I can't even believe that I knew them. Well, I know Albert. Albert is, of course, with us, and his birthday was recently. Albert is here. But if Gerry, of course, is passed, but working with them was an honor. And I was very young then and not very experienced.
Wow. Congratulations.
So very, very much an honor.
Have you been nervous once in your life to meet a new personality that you really admire?
I'm nervous to write with every new person. So, or even someone I've written with 20 times. So to me, I'm just as nervous to write with a 12-year-old, because if I'm terrible and the session doesn't go well, they think I suck. So, but in terms of meeting celebrities, I'm a little calm about it. I'm not so overwhelmed or more afraid to work with them over somebody else. I'm just always a little on edge when somebody's new.
Yeah.
When I get the opportunity to work with somebody who's I admire and is so successful, I feel a big sense of excitement and gratitude, but not necessarily more fear. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just so I when I got to meet Paul Williams and write with Paul Williams, he he taught me something so important that first writing session, because I said to him, I'm very nervous to write with you. You know, you're so famous. And he said to me, no, he said, I am nervous to write with you, he said, because if I fail, you think I'm a has-been. You think I'm not as good as maybe I once was, that I don't have it anymore. So I am frightened. And that changed my whole perspective on life and everything, right? Because he was showing me all of us are in the same boat,
Yeah.
right? We all have different things. If we're just starting out, we're afraid the person we're working with thinks we're useless because we have no experience. If we're someone like Paul Williams or Gerry Goffin, right, or Albert Hammond, we have so much at stake because we're supposed to be good. And maybe we're not always good. Maybe sometimes we have a day or collaboration is like dating. So sometimes it's a bad date. You just don't get along, right?
Yeah.
But Paul really enlightened me to that issue, which
Yeah.
is priceless.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I would like to collaborate with you also one day.
Yeah. Come to
what
America though. I only write in person. I don't write, but virtually.
yeah, I would like to collaborate also, but they are great songwriters too. I love the way they write. Elton John and Paul McCartney.
Oh my God, of course. Who wouldn't want to write with them? I mean, wouldn't that be the ultimate? You know, I mean, yes, of course. I'm in love with both of them. So,
Yeah, me too.
yeah.
Since I was a teenager, I remember that I'm in love with their music.
Yeah.
I have goosebumps,
Yes.
same shivers
Well,
than my
because
spine.
Elton likes to write to lyrics, it's a little more easy to collaborate with Elton. He's usually not with you. You know, when Elton writes with Bernie, Bernie sends him the lyric. They are never in the same room together.
Oh
So
yeah,
with Elton, it's a little more, a little easier if one is a lyricist to write with Elton, because they would just send him a lyric. You know, maybe he would like it.
yeah, for sure. But it's easier if you write for him and he makes the music.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
exactly. I mean, but I can't even imagine working with either one of them. Anytime I get to work with anybody, I'm excited.
oh yeah, wow. I have another question, and this is very important because I am, beside musician, YouTuber, I am coach. So what is your message for the new generations that wants to achieve their goals? For example, there are a lot of talented people in music, like singers, songwriters, but they don't know exactly what to do because they don't know anything about this. Just they are very good, but they don't know where to go. How can you know what I mean? What is
Yeah, of
the
course.
road for this?
Well, if you look at when I started out, it was much more difficult because I had to learn through the school of hard knocks. I had to get knocked down and knocked down and knocked down to keep learning. There were no schools that taught songwriting or music business or any of this. There were no seminars. There was no internet. There was no Zoom. There was nothing. When I started out, there wasn't even a fax machine, or there wasn't a Xerox machine. Though I am so old, there was nothing. So it was much more difficult. It is very easy now to learn. Every single day there are platforms giving Zooms. I teach courses. People teach courses. There's songwriting schools all over the place that are virtual that you can do on the internet, and ways to learn about the music business every single day by fabulous people like you, Arnold, who are doing the
Oh,
interviews. No,
thank
seriously,
you.
yes. I mean, you're
Thank you.
educating all these people. You're doing these interviews and you're doing your blogs and you're coaching. And so these days, it's much more easy. You can read a book about music publishing. But so I think that the first thing people need to do who are starting out is be educated. They need to learn about the music business if they want to be professionals. If they want to write songs for their soul as hobby, right? Because they are passionate about creating or singing, they can do that. They don't need to make money, as we were saying before, to make that music valid and their singing valid and all of that. But if they want to be professionals, it's not music art. This is music business. And so they need to educate themselves about the music business, about music publishing, how to put their music out there, how to license it. Because if they don't have the basics, they can't function. I just hired a new intern, and his first job is to watch my 20-week course and the replays to learn about the music business, because he is of no use to me, right? No service if he cannot understand basic music licensing and publishing. So this is what I want everybody who really aspires to do this as a business, like I do, as their livelihood and their job. And again, there are so many courses out there to be taken that it's crazy, right? And
Wow.
people can also say they can't afford to do that, but that's not how this business works. This business, if one wants to be a music creator, a songwriter, a producer, unfortunately costs a lot of money, because you have to pay musicians and singers and studio time and equipment and educational material. And that's just how this business also works. So if somebody wants to be a professional, they have to invest in themselves, right? They have to be vested in themselves, or else they're not going to get ahead. So that's my feeling about this, and my advice that I hope people follow and understand and get educated.
Wow, it's a pleasure to know this about you. You can teach a lot of young people about music business. This is great to know about. And I'm really, I don't know how to say this, proud of these people like you that are helping, because we need these advices. We need all these, well, to know the road, to know how to do it from the people that learn from decades. So you are an inspiration for myself, because I learn from you. I'm learning right now. So it's a pleasure to talk with you. Is there another last advice that you would like to share with these new generations, or to your admirers? One last message.
Well, I'm also always learning. So I think the key in life is to always, as long as we're here, to be learning, right? In addition to doing good things and being good people for ourselves, is to always be learning. So I would just say, be open to what comes along and say yes to opportunities. A lot of people are afraid to say yes. They're afraid something bad might happen. But usually, even if something bad happens, it doesn't kill us. So I would say my advice is say yes. Follow the trajectory of what's being offered to you. Follow your heart and do what you love, right? Because I do what I love and I'm blessed. It doesn't matter if I make a lot of money or don't make a lot of money. I just get to do what I love. And I love teaching too. I love helping people. So I think that everybody has to be open to what is coming towards them.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure and an honor. It's been a very nice talk with you. And maybe we can do it this in another month of the year. Let's see what people say. And keep in touch, and I will tell you how it's going. The talents in Mexico, there are a lot of talented people. And thank you very much. Blessings for you and the best desires from Mexico. And I hope to see you soon.
And you too, Arnold. Thank you for having me. This was beautiful. I appreciate your time and your commitment to everybody and your music. So thank you as well for having me.
Thank you.
And
A hug and a kiss for you.
Yes. Yes. Besos.
Besos.
Yes.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.